They thought you'd chase them. They thought you'd beg. They thought your silence meant weakness. But what they didn't know was that you were just getting started. This isn't about pretending. This is about shifting focus. You're done explaining, done proving, done waiting for validation. You're not bitter, just better. And now, it's time to level up. You don't have to argue. You don't have to scream. You don't even have to defend yourself anymore. You finally realized something powerful. Silence is not surrender. It's self-control. It's strength under pressure. It's choosing your peace over their drama. Act like you don't care. Not because you're cold-hearted, but because you've healed enough to stop needing their approval. You talk in the follow way. You've learned the hard way. Some people only want to pull you into their storm so they don't have to face their own. And now, you've outgrown it. You've outgrown the need to be understood by people who never tried to know your soul. You've stopped explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Every time you stay silent when they expect a reaction, you're not backing down, you're rising up. Because silence isn't passive, it's intentional. It's you deciding, I will not waste my energy proving my worth to the blind. Every time you walk away, instead of trying to convince them, you're saying something louder than words ever could. I don't need your approval to move forward. Let them wonder what you're thinking. Let them talk. Let them spin their stories. Because when you act like you don't care, it confuses the ones who only had control when they could trigger you. Your silence is power. It disarms manipulation. It exposes hidden intentions. It makes them look inward, even if they'll never admit it. You don't need to shout your worth. You don't need to fight for your space. You already know who you are. And the most dangerous version of you, the one who's calm, the one who's quiet, the one who's no longer emotionally available for chaos, that's the version that changes everything. Because silence isn't weakness, it's elevation. It's strategy. It's strength wrapped in grace. And from now on, that's your power. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everyone deserves your access. Some people only show up to drain you, to keep you small, to remind you of who you used to be. Act like you don't care and walk away. So when they come back asking questions, let your success be the answer. Let your glow speak louder than your grudge. Let your results show what your words no longer need to say. Here's what they didn't expect. You were watching. You were listening. You were taking notes in silence. While they laughed, you learned. While they judged, you journaled. While they moved louder, you moved smarter. They mistook your silence for weakness. They didn't realize you were in training. You were doing the inner work, the discipline, the mindset, the healing. They thought you disappeared, but really you elevated in private. Now it's personal, not because you're bitter, but because you're done shrinking, done waiting for applause, done explaining your fire to people who fear your flame. You don't need revenge, you need redemption. You don't want their attention, you want your evolution. You're building discipline when no one's looking. Your silence is your strategy now, because not everything needs a response. Not every insult needs a reaction. You know who you are, you know where you're going. And every time you get up and show up in silence, you're becoming someone they'll never be able to ignore. Let them underestimate you, let them forget you, let them think you've stopped. Because when you come back, you won't be the same. You'll be focused, stronger, smarter, humbled by the process, and dangerous in your peace. So act like you don't care, because what you're building is bigger than their opinions. This isn't for attention, this is for your calling, this is for your future, this is for the you that no one clapped for, but you kept going anyway. Level up, in silence. Let the results speak loud enough for everyone who ever doubted you. You don't owe explanations to anyone who doubted you. You don't owe loyalty to anyone who left when it got hard. You owe one thing to yourself, your best. So act like you don't care, because you're no longer available for drama. Act like you don't care, because you've finally learned what's worth caring about. Your peace, your vision, your next level. They won't see you coming, but they'll feel it when you arrive. And when they ask how you did it, tell them the truth. I stayed silent and I leveled up. Thank you.